Let me invite now Electronics Mart India. Now, the stock has been an outperformer ever since it listed last year in October. This year alone, it surged 130%. Premchand Devarakonda, the Chief Financial Officer, CFO of Electronics Mart India, joins in to talk more about business. This is a big consumer electronics retailer, particularly in South India. But now, since last year, they've forayed also into the NCR region, where the margins are on the lower side right now, considering that it's a new foray. But they are looking to expand their business in the NCR region. But predominantly, it's there in south of India. Thank you very much for joining in. So, when we last spoke to you, you had indicated that Q3 is a seasonally strong quarter. So first, could you give us an indication of how demand has been? What's the same-store sales growth that you're tracking in October to December period? And what could you end the year with in terms of a revenue and same-store sales growth guidance?
Good morning. And first of all, thank you very much for having you on your show. So in November, December, I think we witnessed close to 20% growth in our top line. So that has been mainly contributed by air conditioners, home entertainment, and mobiles. So this has been quite promising. And the target for the current year has been 15% on the top line growth, and which is quite possible.
November, December is 20%, and full year is a 15% SSG growth.
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Right. Sorry, 20% is same-store sales growth, sir? Just to clarify, November, December?
And it is top-line growth.
Top line, because that's why I'm asking. Yeah, because that's why I'm asking. Because last time we spoke with you, sir, good morning, Prashant here. What I have in my notes is revenue growth of 20%, sir, for the full year, FY24. Are you saying it will
be above 15%, and it will, if all things are actually as we plan, if it happens, then definitely we will achieve that 20%.
How is the NCR business doing? I mean, because that is where the great excitement is, because it's such a big market, right? You're just getting started there. So could you give us some color about what you've done there? Have you opened any stores in that area? Any more stores? Yeah.
As we speak, we are operating 15 stores in NCR. And before end of this financial year, that number will be close to 20. And then the sales growth, because this is not comparable. Last year, we were quite new in that territory. And this year, whatever we planned has been achieved. Like we were expecting 25 crores on an average sales throughput from each of these stores, and we are on the track.
Okay, so looking at opening more, so give us a sense of the revenue mix. I mean, till now you've been predominantly South India-based sort of player, big presence in states like Telangana, Andhra. So say a year down the line or 2 years down the line, what is the ideal geographic mix that you would be targeting? 20% from the north, 30, 60, 30, 70, 60, 40, what's the mix?
Okay. See, at least 20% will be coming from the north, and the balance will be from the existing markets. So that's what it is scenario.
Okay, so that's how I suppose your store rollout plans will play out. Now, Launa, let's come to products themselves and what is contributing to these high growth numbers. Is it still mobiles? How are some of the other appliances doing? And again, how does a change in product mix impact margins? Can you give us some guidance on how margins might look like in 2024?
See, during the current financial year, the major contribution has come from air conditioners, home entertainment. These are all high margin products. So the margins from air conditioners will be close to 20%, and home entertainment will be around 16%. Of course, major top line contribution was coming from the mobile segment, which is a low margin product, about 9 to 10%. So this mix will continue. In fact, this is not in our hands, because this is driven by the markets. So markets only will decide. So we cannot change this mix, but we have to maintain or sustain this contribution from these categories.
So getting back to the point about margins, in Q2, your South cluster had margins of 7.9%, while in the North, where you've just recently set up, EBITDA was about 0.4%. Can you give us a guidance of when will the North cluster margins scale up to the South levels, and what could the glide path be?
See, you know that we are quite new in this market,
Yes.
and it takes at least 24 more months to stabilize our, to get our market share in the North markets. So we have to wait for another 24 months.
Okay, just what would FY25 numbers look like, sir? Would we see an acceleration in revenue growth, you think, from the 20% levels in 24?
That will be achieved. Like what we have year on year, we have to achieve at least 20% growth, and in the worst case scenario, it will be 15. So that's what I'm quite confident.
I'm talking about 25, FY25, which is the next financial year. Yes.
Year on
at
year,
least 15, but 20, but at least 15. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, the entire iPhone inventory is all sold out?
Yes, sir. There is huge demand for these iPhones. This is,
No, I mean, the premium end has been doing well. So, absolutely. Thank you very much for joining us and reiterating some of the sort of growth numbers and guidance that you've told us before as well. And there's sort of great excitement in the company on the back of that. That you are a retailer which will continue to penetrate deep in the NCR market as the years
issue
go
price
by.
was 59
Yeah.
sometime last year when it listed, and now it's at 200 rupees. So
Absolutely.
it's,
The thing is,